feel like you're running after someone, or you just simply became completely powerless in the relationship that you find yourself in with this person, and you feel like this person has control over you and over your emotions and over the course of action that you are taking, then this video is right for you. Because today I will tell you how you can regain your power and stop making a fool of yourself. Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my YouTube channel. When you want to regain your power and you feel like you lost the power in the situation that you find yourself with the guy, that is most likely the case because the guy has either disrespected you or didn't treat you the way you expected him to treat you. And if this is the case, you should leave and withdraw your energy, because your value is only going to be appreciated in your absence. Do not be a pick me, choose me type of girl. When you see that somebody doesn't act the way you expected them to, then you just leave and disappear from their life. Don't be halfway in and halfway out of their life. Don't be halfway in and halfway out. The easiest way how you can regain your power is to simply withdraw your energy and simply take a step back. If you want to be treated with respect, you also need to demand respect. No person will treat you with respect if you allow yourself to be walked all over and you don't have any personal boundaries. A guy needs to be aware that if he wants to have you in his life, he needs to act accordingly, which means to act right and give you the respect that you demand. But for that, you also need to have respect for yourself and have certain boundaries. So when you want to reclaim your power, you simply just need to withdraw your energy. And that also means that you shouldn't do anything with him or come his way. He needs to be able to come your way. And when you withdraw your energy, you give the guy space to come to his own internal realization what he did wrong. And that's exactly when he's going to come your way and beg for your forgiveness. The moment he disrespects you in the slightest, it's also the moment that you should become disinterested in him unless he takes the appropriate course of action and genuinely apologizes to you. Otherwise, you should not come his way, because if you do come his way, you're doing the work for him and you are operating your masculine energy. Because having back your power as a girl is actually super easily. You just need to sit back and relax. You do absolutely nothing. Because when you are a girl and when you operate in your feminine energy, your superpower is that the guy needs to do all the work and you don't even need to lift a finger. Because if a guy truly likes you and he sees that you are withdrawing his energy from him, he has no other choice but to come your way. And he will also feel good when he needs to come your way, because he's going to operate in his masculine energy. When you come his way and when you are trying to make it work with a guy, you're basically doing the work for him. That also means that he's in control and that he has the power in your guys' dynamic. Everyone likes to be in control and have the power. So when a guy already has power over you, he will not make it easy for you to withdraw your energy unless he never liked you to begin with. When you sleep with the guy, that's when the dynamic shifts and he automatically is in control and is in power, because once a guy sleeps with you, in his brain, he basically already got you. But you need to be aware that he never truly got you if your energy is not 100% invested in him. The mistake a lot of girls do is once they sleep with a guy, that they're all lovey-dovey and they're all over him. And a guy can feel it because it's all an energy thing. Just like you feel that there's a guy that is super obsessed over you, that's the same way how he feels that you are obsessed over him and that you want it to work, because energy never lies. And the reason why some guys do not treat you with respect after they sleep with you, simply because you allow yourself to be disrespected. The moment you sleep with a guy and you're all over him, is the moment he is going to understand that he has you wrapped around his finger. Also means that he has the power in your guys' situation. However, if you sleep with him and you are not interested in him any longer, the moment he fucks up or doesn't treat you accordingly, he will think to himself, wait a minute, what just happened? I thought that I got her once I slept with her, but she's just proving to me with her actions that actually never truly had her. That's exactly the moment when he will automatically think to himself, did I do something wrong? Did she not like it? What's happening? And when he starts to have these thoughts, that of course also hurts his ego. You place him in a situation of insecurity. You need to constantly remind yourself that you are the prize and that you are limited edition. That means that when a guy doesn't act right and he disrespects you, access that he has to you is automatically denied and not handed to him on a silver plate. Because the moment he fucks up, he needs to come to his own realization that he fucked up and that he needs to come up with a plan if he wants your forgiveness. You should not be telling him what he needs to do and where he fucked up. He needs to realize that himself, and he will realize that the moment you actually give space to him and actually withdraw your energy. The mistake that a lot of girls do is pretend they don't care, but in reality they care way too much. You need to understand that you cannot fake it because energy never lies. Just the same way that you feel like a guy is super into you is also the way how he can feel that you are super into him. So it won't work if you just pretend not to be into him anymore, if you pretend not to care. You should genuinely not care and be disinterested when he acts wrong, or you feel like you need to run after him because, ew, why would you need to run after any guy? Is he the princess in the relationship? I don't think so. Let's assume the worst case scenario. You withdraw your energy from him and he does not come your way. That just simply means that he never liked you to begin with. And that might be a tough pill to swallow. But when you withdraw your energy and you see that he does not make any effort to come your way, that also means that he was never interested in you to begin with. Let's say you're always initiating a conversation with him, you're always initiating to see him, and the moment you stop initiating to do things for him, your interaction with him stops. That means that you are doing the work for him and that he actually never liked you to begin with. So the faster you remove yourself from the situation, the less time you are wasting on this person and you're saving yourself a lot of heartache. What you should also understand is that guys are simple creatures. So when he has a slight interest in you and you withdraw your energy from him, he will eventually come your way. But when he was never interested in you to begin with and you withdraw your energy from him, he will never come your way because he doesn't care that you withdrew your energy from him. He probably thinks to himself, oh my God, thank the Lord, this desperate girl finally got away from me, actually has some self-respect for herself. So when a guy doesn't text you, doesn't initiate to see you, do not come up with excuses why he does so. He doesn't do it because he simply doesn't want to. If he doesn't text you, it's because he doesn't want to text you. He doesn't ask you to meet up, that's simply because he doesn't want to see you. There is no such a thing as a special situation and a misunderstanding. In reality, it's all very clear. So when he doesn't come your way and he doesn't apologize to you and he does not beg for your forgiveness, is simply because he doesn't care for you and he also doesn't care to make things right with you. It's simply the harsh reality that you need to face. Because sometimes without you even realizing, you're the only one pursuing him. But when you actually take a step back and view the situation from the outside and you see that there's no action coming from his side, that makes your life way easier. Immediately understand that you need to move on from the person. You were the only one invested into him, and that might be a hard pill to swallow. But once you actually have that love for yourself, let yourself to withdraw, you will realize that this guy wasn't even worth it. Because how could he even be worth it if he didn't see the value that you bring into his life? Also leads me to my next point, that you should always be detached from the outcome. Let's say this was the last time you ever talked to him, he ever messaged you, it was the last interaction you guys ever had. You need to be perfectly fine with it. In reality, your life was perfectly good without him. Also means that your life will continue being good without him. Never revolve your life around a man. Create your life in a way that is fulfilling either way, with him or without him in your life. What you absolutely shouldn't do when you withdraw your energy is to fall for him the moment he comes your way. You should only take him back when he genuinely apologizes to you. Because when you do fall for him easily and he is playing with you and you show that you care, you forgive him having to do anything for it. Moment onward, he's not going to take you seriously anymore, and it will be way harder to set personal boundaries in the future. So do not fold and make the guy work for it. A guy needs to realize himself that he is in the wrong. And of course, everyone likes to have control over a situation, the power in a certain dynamic. So what you need to understand is that he will not give up his power so easily. So before he actually begs for your forgiveness, he will do anything in his power to see if he can trigger you. He will test to see what buttons he can press, which will make you either act out of character or show that you care. No matter what he is doing and how tempting it is to respond to him, to answer his calls, do not do it. If you do take him back easily, he understands that he didn't even need to work for it, and also automatically makes you become powerless. The best thing that you can actually do is ignore him. Do not answer his text, do not answer his calls. Until he doesn't act accordingly, you do not take him back. You shouldn't be entertaining him in any sort of way. Now I will tell you a little secret. One worse thing than hating someone is being invisible to them. Because when a person is invisible to you and you don't even acknowledge their existence, that means that you are mentally and emotionally detached from them and you simply do not care about them whatsoever. So when a guy disrespects you or he fucked up, when you see him in person accidentally somewhere, do not acknowledge his existence, because being invisible to someone is exactly what hurts the most. And also remember, it's always the person who cares less in a situation that has the power. Now I want to give you some reminders what you should definitely not do under no circumstances if you want to regain your power. But do not chase him and do not take half-ass apologies from him. He needs to come your way and he needs to give you a genuine apology. It also includes him acknowledging his wrongdoing and him making it clear to you what steps he is going to take that this will not happen anymore. Otherwise, you're just making a clown out of yourself. The moment he fucks up is also the moment he needs to be able to deal with the consequences of you not being in his life any longer. Number 2, do not fall for his games. The guy will test to see how much he can get away with. And trust me, no guy is an idiot. He knows exactly what's acceptable and what isn't. The reason why so many guys are used to not giving girls the respect that they should get is because it's the girl's fault. Girls allow themselves to be disrespected and they let the guy get away with too many things. You need to make the guy work for it, because that also illustrates that you demand respect. The moment this respect disappears, you're gone. Number 3, do not ever beg anyone to stay in your life. The moment that you withdraw your energy and you realize that this guy isn't coming your way, just let it be, because it just illustrates to you that he actually never was interested in you to begin with. I know it's hard to take an L sometimes, but you're the only person that controls how big the L is going to be. So what you need to keep in mind is the longer you stick around with a guy who treats you like an option, the bigger your L is going to be. Number 4, do not do the work for him and tell you what the issue is. The guy needs to be able to come to his own realization where exactly he fucked up. You shouldn't give it to him on a blank piece of paper. Trust me, every guy who cares about a girl knows exactly where the issue lies. He knows exactly where he fucked up, where he disrespected her. Not that he doesn't know where he fucked up, but you need to be able to give him the space. And if he actually wants to apologize to you and come your way, he will do so. Number 5, do not respond to his text. Do not respond to his calls. And for the love of God, do not send him ever long paragraphs. It's simply just embarrassing. Just think about it from the outside. If your friend showed you the text that a girl sent him, you will automatically think what a loser she is. Because just think about it when a guy texts you a big paragraph, and that most likely never happens because guys do not invest so much energy into writing a big paragraphs, but girls do. And the more you explain yourself and the longer your paragraph is, it just illustrates to him how much you care and that he is in control and in power. Where the issue lies, he knows exactly where he fucked up, where he disrespected her. Not that he doesn't know where he fucked up, but you need to be able to give him the space. And if he actually wants to apologize to you and come your way, he will do so. Number 5, do not respond to his text. Do not respond to his calls. And for the love of God, do not send him ever long paragraphs. It's simply just embarrassing. Just think about it from the outside. If your friend showed you the text that a girl sent him, you will automatically think what a loser she is. Because just think about it when a guy texts you a big paragraph, and that most likely never happens because guys do not invest so much energy into writing a big paragraphs, but girls do. And the more you explain yourself and the longer your paragraph is, it just illustrates to him how much you care and that he is in control and in power. The less you do, the better. In fact, you should do absolutely nothing. The misconception that some girls have is that the more they do for a guy, the more he will like them. It's in fact the opposite. The less you do, the more he's going to be into you. Because every guy finds it attractive when a girl focuses on herself and makes herself her first priority. The thing that you can do when you want to reclaim your power is literally ignore the guy and do not acknowledge his existence. This is exactly the moment when he will become stressed out and will force him to beg for your forgiveness if he realizes that there's no chance that you are coming his way. Unless he's outside your house playing on a guitar your favorite love song, you do not need to acknowledge his existence unless he comes to you with a proper apology and a certain course of action that will make you realize that he understood, that he fucked up, that he dealt with the consequences, and that made him aware that he cannot act like that a second time. What you also need to do is develop self-control. I know that we're all humans and we might feel a certain type of way, but you need to be able to control yourself, no matter how tempting it is. No matter how tempting it is to go to a party that you know he will be attending, no matter how tempting it is to call him, no matter how tempting it is to see where things went wrong, you need to be able to control yourself. The more you do, the worse it becomes. Let's say you withdrew your energy from the guy, see that the guy didn't come your way, but you know that a party is coming up where he might be, because let's be honest, when you know that some of his friends are there, there's also a high chance that he will be at this party. Just like you anticipate that this guy is going to be at this party, is also the same way he anticipates for you to be there. Actually attend the party, he is aware that he can test you at the party in person and see if you will actually fall for him, or if he genuinely needs to apologize to you, if he wants to have you in your life. And I know how tempting it is to fall for someone in person. However, if you do not show up at the party where he is at, he will be so surprised and he will think to himself, damn, if I actually want to have her back in my life, she needs to work for it and cannot just take the easy way out. With that being said, your superpower as a girl is to actually not do anything. Simply sit back and relax. A guy who actually likes you and a guy who actually cares to have you in his life will come your way. When he doesn't act accordingly and you take him back easily without any effort from his side, you're making him aware that he does need to put in the work for you to be in his life. And that's also the moment when you stop being on the pedestal. You should only want a guy when he acts accordingly and when his actions match that. Sometimes you will also realize that when you withdraw and when you reclaim your power, that the only thing that bothered you is not being appreciated by him. In reality, we all love to be liked. So in a lot of scenarios, you will also realize that it was less about him and more of your ego. Do not let any guy re-enter your life without him actually acknowledging he wronged you, unless clown is written all over your forehead. And I want to conclude this video by saying life is a game, and if you don't know how to play, you will be the one getting played. So the choice is always yours. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel because a lot more is coming, and let me know guys in the comments what you think. I will see you in my next video.